Hi Stampers, thanks for joining me today. Here is another in our series 1 Tag 20 Different Ways, Tag 6. Using the Merry Minis punch pack, I've punched out 5 little tree shapes in Gumball green cardstock, and the Merry Christmas is from Greetings of the Season stamp set. I'm finishing off with some Very Vanilla seam binding ribbon, and you'll notice that I've used some Silver Sparkle dazzling details to create a little hill behind the trees and some snow. Now for tag 7, I've used the Festival of Prints Designer Series paper stack and the Language of Friendship stamp set. I've stamped that onto a scrap of Very Vanilla cardstock using Not Quite Navy. Now when you're using your marker direct to stamp, I use a kind of a crosshatch effect where I turn the stamp around to make sure that I have covered all areas of the stamp with the ink. So that's a little tip for you. Stamp that down, and now I'm bringing in the Bird Builder punch. You won't need the leaf, just the wing and the bird's body. And I'm going to adhere those with the two-way glue pen for the body of the bird, and then I'm going to bring in a dimensional for the wing. I'm popping that on the back of the wing, and I want the wing to tilt upwards to look as though the bird's flying. Now I'm bringing in a greeting from the Greetings of the Season stamp set, Noel, and I'm going to stamp that on using the Not Quite Navy ink. When that's in place, I've added the Very Vanilla seam binding ribbon to finish it off. Now for tag 8, I'm using the Pennant Parade stamp set on Gumball green cardstock, and I'm using some white cardstock, just a scrap, to stamp on the image of the tree. Now I'm going to bring in the Petite Pennants Builder punch and punch that out. I'm using soft suede ink for the pot and for the message, which says Merry. And then I'm bringing in Gumball green ink with the small star image from that stamp set and creating a background design on the tag. Now the two-way glue pen will adhere that tree to the card. And I'm going to bring in some silver stickles to give the effect of tinsel hanging on the tree. Now I noticed when I made this card that I had left some of the white cardstock showing, so I'm bringing in a Gumball green Stampin' Right marker, and I decided to add a drop shadow on the right hand side of the tree just to give it a little bit more definition so it would pop up from the cardstock. And I'm finishing that off with some dazzling details in clear and a hole punch and some Gumball green ribbon as well. I've got a medium-sized rhinestone for the top of the tree, and now here I've added the ribbon to finish it off. Now for tag 9, I'm using Whisper White cardstock and the Greeting Card Kids stamp set, and I'm stamping that on with soft suede ink, and I'm using Wordplay for Tidings of Comfort and Joy image in Primrose Petals, and I'm adding the Primrose Petals ribbon to match. Now I'm using some bronze stickles just on the fur of the little girl's coat and hat, tiny bit on her shoes, and I'm colouring in the tree to make it all sparkly. So that gives a lovely glittery effect and tones in nicely with the soft suede ink. Now for tag 10, I'm using the No Peeking stamp set, some Primrose Petals cardstock, Snow Festival Designer Series paper, soft suede card for the body of the owl, and Very Vanilla cardstock scraps just for the 2 large eye shapes. Now I'm going to put all that together with a two-way glue pen. I like using this to make the owl because it gives you a little bit of slip. Soft suede body goes on. Now the Snow Festival Designer Series paper for the vest. And the Very Vanilla for the large eye shape. And you can see how you can just pick that up on the end of the two-way glue pen. It's a really effective way of getting the glue onto your cards. I'm using soft suede for the medium-sized eye shape, and I'm going to position this so that the little owl is looking up to the top of the tag. And I'm stamping the No Peeking sentiment with Raspberry Ripple ink. There's a tiny little heart shape there from the Designer Series paper, and I'm just popping that at the top. Now I'm bringing in the Cherry Cobbler Dazzling Details, and I'm putting some glowing red eyes looking right up the top of the tag at the words that say No Peeking. That gives a lovely glittery effect to his eyes. Finishing that off with Very Vanilla seam binding ribbon. There are tags 6 through 10 today. I hope you enjoyed them. And remember to stop by for part 3 in the series, which will give you the rest of the tags. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time. Bye.